Hello, and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I
Lana, I believe you are a traitor.
I thought we banished you.
No,
Oh
I
my,
can never be banished. A bad bitch doesn't get banished.
please. Okay, fine. I guess you could stay.
Until the end of this episode, maybe. Who knows?
Because I'm voting you off first at the round table. I want you. I'm coming for you at
No!
the round table, and I'm bringing Ree with me, and we are voting you out. No, just kidding.
But can we all just murder
Fine
Reese?
for
Is
us.
that
All
the
right, we'll murder
agreement?
Reese. That's fine.
Is that fine? Is that
That's fine.
fine?
That's cool.
Okay. Okay, cool. That's fine.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Cup Girlie Podcast. You know, this is the madness that we have. This is
I
what we
had
do.
to. I had to.
Of
The bit writ
course,
itself. Of
it
course.
did.
Of course.
We go with the bit here. We go for the bit here. But I am your girl Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea her. And I do love my cup mug here. And you can get your cup mug at lanajuicecreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And if you go to the right of the screen, there's a QR code. You can scan it and you can get it yourself. Like the shop, then buy the merch. Period. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. UK, I'm looking at you. It gets there. Get your cup mug. Period. And thank you.
Hello, hi. Welcome back to me. I love making a Drag Race reference in the middle of a Traitors episode. Shout out to Mix Chanel. Hello, hi. Welcome back to me. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. I'm quite delighted to be back talking about Traitors UK because it's just so good, y'all. Right?
Mhm.
This episode was quite delightful. I'm very happy to be back repping the Coke Zero committee. And I'm very happy to be here.
Hey. And hi, my name is Rianne, but you can call me Ree, like it says under my screen name. And I am just very happy to be here. And I hope we can make it through an entire podcast without anyone getting banished.
I
You
mean,
never know
we never
here.
know
You
here.
never
We'll
know here.
try. We'll
Yeah.
try, but
Okay, that's good.
We'll attempt it. You never know with me and Lana. I like banishing Lana. It's a great it's nice. It's fun. It's different.
I
Yeah.
mean, I don't like to banish Logan. I mostly like to murder them instead. So
Okay.
there's that.
The mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors here, people. This is smoke and
Yeah.
mirrors. We're just kidding. We're just
Quite literally
kidding.
smoke mirrors, confessionals,
Kidding.
Yeah. And
forests,
questions.
Force
um
and mirror messages. We just love that. We love
Yeah.
sure.
that. And that's what this episode was all about, people. Traitors UK,
Well,
episode
yes.
6. Absolutely. And we're going to talk all about it. But before we do, there is certain things I need you to do. If you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Please do. We are on a mission to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. And we really would appreciate if you would subscribe to this channel. If you're a fan of all things competitive reality television, we cover most of them. So check us out on this channel and all of our other channels. If you're a fan of Drag Race, At the Cup Pod is the place for you. Check us out over there. Join us in our audio podcast links because we want to be wherever you are. Join our Patreon. That will be great. We love to have you there. We got a lot of fun things going on over there as well. And follow us on all of our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can follow us if you'd like. That would be great. And yeah, do those things. All the links will be in the description below. So you won't miss you can't miss it if you just click one button to show you everything is down there, so check it out. We truly appreciate you. And yeah, let's get into this episode because y'all, We started off tense. We left tense and we started off tense
Yeah.
because the night before that night, Fiona decided she had a grenade. She was gonna pull that pin and she was gonna throw it in there. She threw it in the turret. It was like
Yeah.
boom.
She had no regard for anything, anyone, any way, shape, or form, or fashion. And yeah, it worked, Diva. Go off, sis.
Go off, sis.
Sure. Maybe it
Um,
was, I don't know, 3 rounds too early, Fiona?
yeah. It seemed very reactive. Yeah.
And
Traitor on
reactive
traitor should be later.
and reactive to what? Like, I'm sorry. Like, I get it. I understand. But I'm like, ma'am, you take one small bit of information and decide, oh, I can't trust her. I just can't trust her. I can't trust her.
Yeah.
I I personally wish people would learn in games like this to take the information that they get. You got this information, even if you don't trust them, you cannot trust them at all. Hold that information, put it in your pocket, save it for the rainy day that it needs to come out, and you have your smoking bullet waiting for that right moment to go bam, there it goes. This is it. You can't deny these facts. You gather more information before you just shoot out, unless it's something that is concrete. I don't call, especially when it's trader on trader,
Right.
Yeah.
because you have to go back to the turret with that person later on that night, and you have to now answer to the fellow trader why you did what you did. And
Yeah.
that's what we had right here with Fiona and Rachel. Just like Rachel's looking at her like, so what was that for? What is that about? And Fiona like, I mean, uh, in that moment, I think we talked about it in the last episode. In that moment when Rachel was looking at her like, and Fiona was like, well, I was like, why you shaky now? You did what
Yeah.
you did. Stand firm on how you like stand 10
Yeah.
toes down on
Come
your
on now.
convictions. Like,
Yeah.
girly pop. I said what I said and I meant what I said. But now you sit up there like, I don't.
And
Hello?
and I'd be Steven in the corner just going,
Baby,
going
that was
just pulling a full Stephanie Prince. I feel like something bad is going to happen to me.
It was like, moms, could you please stop fighting? We need to
right.
murder
My
someone.
moms are fighting.
We have to
Making moms
murder
are
tonight.
fighting.
We can't fight now. Like,
It was
it,
a full-on mother quake in the Traitors Turret, and Steven was just trying to hold on for dear life.
it was so crazy. And
No.
Rachel was the Rachel that I thought she was in this moment. She was the girl who I thought she was in this moment when I was like, episode 1, she should be a traitor. She should be a traitor. And when she was a traitor, I was like, this is the great call for a traitor. She can get through this. And she was just like, Steve was like, are we gonna talk about this? And she's like, I didn't start it.
Yeah.
Clock
I was
it.
like,
Correct.
she was like, so let's and Fiona was like, well, I mean, I felt this way. I didn't think you did this and that, and I was like, and Rachel was like, oh, okay, well, just know I'm coming for you. And Fiona was like, I mean, I get that, that's fine, but it's just, and Rachel was like, that's fine. I mean, and even throughout the whole entire tour, Rachel was just like like straight. She knew exactly what she was going to do. She knew exactly how she was going to get it done, and she did not sway. She was like, even when Fiona was like, "Oh, well, you can't murder me." Well, I don't know because I kind of want to. I was like,
Can we break the rules here?
can I just murder Fiona right now? I write out this turn. Okay.
Right.
I mean,
Like,
she
is that
was
allowed?
she was so dead set, and it was like there was no changing Rachel's mind from this point on. And I don't blame her because once you come for me that way, knowing I'm a traitor, and you just put me out there on blast, baby, you got to go. Your time is up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Fiona's only chance was if she had a lot of people behind her and not giving Rachel a chance to respond.
Right.
But
But
she
Rachel
didn't.
Rachel beat her up at every point because they made their decision. It came down to Reese, Matt, and
Faraz.
Faraz, which I was just like, okay. Uh
Okay. Can I speak on this for a second?
please.
Why are we still trying and attempting and considering murdering Faraz? What has Faraz done to these traitors, including Hugo? I'm gonna bring Hugo's bitch ass back into this. What has Faraz done to these traitors? Faraz has done nothing wrong, and he is quite nice to look at. Let Faraz breathe.
You wanna
Thank
know what
you.
Faraz did? Nothing. He did nothing. And that is
Nothing.
why there's because Faraz is people like Faraz is faithful. There's no way he anything else but faithful, which I
Yeah.
understand. But I'm just like, for my benefit, personally, as a viewer, can we leave Faraz alone so I can have something to look at throughout the rest of this
Please.
episode, these shows? Hello, because that's a cutie pie cutie, and I'm like, I don't want him to go nowhere.
I mean, I have mine in a traitor, so I'll take it. But Faraz is also right there.
Yeah.
It's just weird. It's just weird. But they do decide who they're going to murder. And the reasoning for each other of the people that they had considered was so fun to me. I actually think that this was one of the one times I was like, okay, as much as I don't want them to kill Faraz, their points made sense.
Oh yeah.
Everything made sense on why it was a con to kill Faraz, why it was a con to kill Matt, and why it was a con to kill Reese. And so we see them come back in for breakfast the next day.
Was this also the first time that they had full open, like they
Yes.
could kill any? I was like, it's so
Well, no,
weird.
because there was the people in the cages. They still had a list.
So
Well, no, like, was this the first time they had like open availability to kill anybody this season?
maybe.
Well, I will say they still had a short list of people because it was just those people in the cages that were eligible to be murdered. But they could have killed anybody from that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and with the beasts. There were like 9
Yes.
people who had
9
their beasts
people
set on fire.
had
Yeah,
their
so this was
Oh, not the beast, not the cage. Well, it was the cages. No, it wasn't the
it was
cages.
it was the cages, and then it was the beast thing where people had shields.
Yeah,
This was, I think, the first time this entire season where anybody, like, there was open reign and there wasn't like a containment to the like list because we had like the secret traitor thing and everything like that.
it was the people who didn't have shields because everybody
Yeah.
had shields, and so the people who lost their shields in the game. So it was still a list of people, and there was a couple of people who had shields.
But otherwise, it was wide open. I was
Yeah.
like, this feels. It
Next
felt kind of
week?
weird. Yeah.
Next week, I feel like it's the first time the traitors in the turret could pick from whoever they want to
It's
pick from.
wild. It's a wild change of pace for this season where, like, and I don't know about y'all, I kind of enjoy that where it has been a little bit more selective because it makes those decisions a lot more strategic, where I feel like on past, especially UK seasons, it has kind of felt a little bit more random, and it does feel like the traitors, especially in the early murders, have kind of been murdering a bit at random to kind of throw people off. This has had to be a lot more of a strategic murdering season just because they
Short
have
list.
had to. Yeah, they've had the
Mhm.
short
Mhm.
lists. I've just
Yeah.
quite enjoyed it, but
Yeah, and I think in the beginning you see the results of that. Like they talk about how they want to kill a certain person, but that person is not on the list, so they can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and especially in the
Absolutely.
beginning, it didn't matter because everyone wanted to get Ross out because they thought Ross was a traitor. Oh no, Ross isn't a traitor.
Ooh, shocking.
Shockingly.
All
Because
right, Ellie, avenge your
Judy was the
boyfriend.
Yeah.
because Judy was the traitor. Oh wait, no, she
Oh wait,
wasn't.
no.
Mhm.
No, she wasn't.
And
Okay,
what was it
but
again? Because she was too different from before they joined the castle or something.
right,
Yeah.
like I don't understand that because I'm like, yes, I'm going to be different because before there was no game. We were just chit chatting. Now it's serious business here, and I'm getting very serious.
Yeah.
So I might not be so holly jolly, ready to talk, and oh my god, this is unreal. No, I might be focused on like, who lying? You look like suspicious. You look like a suspicious person. That was weird. That's suspicious, but whatever. So they come to breakfast. They're in breakfast and everybody's coming in and Rachel comes in first. And I was like, oop, well, if Rachel coming in first, she is going to have the ear of the people who is already in there. And
Yeah.
she did not let that opportunity go to waste. She was right in it. She was like, yeah, I feel like Fiona might be something because what was that? What was that? What was that about yesterday? Like she just really literally came in and was like, "Oh my God, she's just this. And she just called me a liar. She said that Amanda didn't tell me anything and all of this stuff." And I was just like, "Oh, okay." So Rachel had already started to get the ear of the people of the other faithfuls at breakfast. So now they're listening to her. And so then when Fiona comes in and right after that, and she's trying to defend their case, some of the people already got their minds made up already. They already kind of like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Rachel on this. I feel like Fiona might be. But do I think Fiona went down without a fight? Absolutely not. She literally was saying everything she could say, but I don't know if people were picking up what she was putting down.
Mm.
Yeah.
This whole episode was scripted. Like I knew where the episode was going. I just needed to figure out like how we were going to get to the end of the episode was
It felt very
realistically like
predictable.
it
Hmm.
was, and it's really upsetting because I would have loved to see Fiona make this move in 2 or 3 rounds with more ammo, with less people to convince, with like the ability to like less people to vote. Like it would have been a glorious move against Rachel
Yeah.
in a few rounds.
Yeah.
Like Fiona.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah. It's so frustrating, and it's also like with the votes. Yeah, you can even with some suspicion on her and some getting some votes, like you can try to go for a tie or something like that,
Mhm,
and
Hmm.
you can't with this many people all behind Rachel.
mhm.
Right, right. But we do. Let me bring up the visuals here because I want everybody to see what is going down. Um, we have everybody coming into the breakfast area, and it came down to Matt, Reese, and Faraz, the
Yeah.
last three coming in. And I'm like, isn't this a little obvious? Like, if I was one of the last people coming in, I'm like, oh, so they thought about murdering me, huh?
Mhm.
Oh, I'm close to being murdered. This is crazy. But the person who didn't walk in with everybody, unfortunately, was Reese. They
Not
gave him,
baby Reese.
oh Lord, not baby Reese.
No, oh Lord.
Oh
Not
Lord, not baby
Eccleston.
Reese. Oh Lord, not baby Reese.
Not baby Reese.
Oh Lord, not baby Reese.
No.
Here's the thing though. I liked how they worded this.
No.
I liked how they put this out there. They were like, Reese needs to mercy kill. We need to mercy kill somebody because Reese has been had the hot seat week after week after week. We all voted for him, or and knowing he was, and The crazy part is though, this was the week everybody finally was like, okay, Reese is not the traitor. Reese is a faithful. Except Chat. I mean, except James. James is like, if Reese walk in here, Reese is a traitor. I'm just saying. I don't care what nobody say. Unless he killed himself in a turret. I'm like,
Shut up, James.
stop, James. James, stop it. Stop it right now. Because if anybody was dying in the turret, it was going to be Fiona. we
Shut up, James.
James. James said, if that man walk in here, he is a traitor, point blank, period. And you can't
I
convince me
The
otherwise.
most satisfying moment of this entire season, I will not lie to you, is watching James feel so guilty
Oh,
when Reese doesn't walk in when he's murdered and being like, I went after that poor boy for no reason and he was actually a faithful. And I'm like, yeah, you should feel bad, James. You should feel really bad, James. You should
James,
feel really, really bad for doing what you did, James.
you know who else should feel really, really bad for doing that? Roxy.
Roxy.
Roxy was all on the Reese train from
And
like
I like
Reese.
Roxy.
I like Roxy, but
Roxy.
Reese.
Oh, yeah, and they can't help but just pick someone to pile up on.
Mm-hmm.
Even with ties, even with some votes spread out, there's always still someone like someone says the word, says the name, and everyone else just jumps on board.
Absolutely. It was just wild to me watching that. But James felt so bad when Reese didn't walk in. He was just like, oh my God. And they're like, no, it's okay. It's okay. We all get it
No,
wrong.
it's
It's like,
not,
Whoa.
James. You should feel
No.
bad, James.
not
And
too
Roxy.
okay, I was like,
Yeah.
not too much. Because yeah. It sucks to get rid of other faithfuls. I get it. But that's going to happen. That's the name of the game. That's the nature of the beast that is traitors. But it was wild. Um, we got our beautiful host come in, and she's like, "Poor Reese, poor little Reese, just say goodbye to Reese." But this game is full of smoke and mirrors, and it is what it is. But we're gonna get ready for the next mission. Put yourself in groups, and I'll see you later. I said, "Bye, Claudia, girl." Okay. Um, she goes, and everybody's like, "Smoke and mirrors." Hmm. And so they put themselves in teams, but the conversation does not stop about Rachel and Fiona. It's just like, well, I guess we got to do what we got to do, but I don't trust Fiona. Yeah, I don't trust Rachel. It was just that conversation. You just knew that this was going to be the storyline for this episode. It was like this is going to be the main plot line for this episode.
Yeah.
Which one, who's going to get out who, because it literally they were the conversation with a little bit of Sam sprinkled in there and a little bit of Jade sprinkled in there, but it was the Fiona and Rachel show.
They are still coming for my girl Jade's neck.
Jade can't catch a break either. I was like,
No.
No. Even
Stop
after
I think it
coming
was
for
the
Jade.
I think it was Adam was like, if Jade walk in here, I don't trust her. And then she walked in, he was like,
Adam, respectfully, who the fuck are you?
quite literally too, because he's barely in the edits.
Can we talk? Truly, if James wasn't such an annoying prick, I wouldn't know who he was to distinguish between all of the annoying 20-something white men on this cast. And I say that about every season of Traitors UK. They cast 5 of the same white men that look the exact same, and they are very minuscule in the edit. At least Jack is attractive, and that's what sets him apart.
but he
No
still looked
shade
like
to the other white men.
I
But
must say, but they
like,
all look alike. They all got the same haircut. Jack, James, Matt, Adam,
but
they all
Jack is
and
attractive, and
Sam.
that's
But
what
they all
sets
look
him
alike. It
apart.
don't matter to me. They all look alike to me. It's like every last one of them got the same haircut and the same facial features. One just
Exactly.
got a beard, or two of them got a beard. It's just like, oh, okay. But
Yeah. I'm like, and they all have the world's smallest edit. I'm like, did y'all throw a stone at the same gym in like London somewhere and like cast all of these boys from the same place? Like, no shade, but like, and it happens every season. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Y'all could get some more diversity in here and you could use it.
It
You'd
would help
vote
with
them
these.
all out first again, but you could use it.
It helped with the cast graphic from looking
Yeah.
the same. But
It would be
anyway.
nice.
But anyway, we move. Uh, um, so they, like I said, the conversations is still Rachel, Fiona, a couple of names mixed in. Jesse is like, I just cannot take my brain away from this library group. Somebody in there was a traitor, and I know it's for Steven. I know it's Steven. And I'm like, yes, Jesse, it is Steven. It is.
Drink
You're
every
on.
time. Drink every time Jesse is brought up this damn library group.
She ain't wrong. Don't try to steer her
I
off of her
know.
right path.
No, I love it. I just love how we are still talking about something from episode 2. Episode 2.
I
And
love
y'all
Jesse.
still haven't caught the traitor from that from episode 2.
I love
Like,
Jesse.
can this group listen to Jesse?
Listen to Jesse. If we would have listened to Jesse, they would have got out both traitors by now. That was in that room. Like, literally could have ate it up. But
Well,
Jesse's
now
been
they're gonna believe it's just Fiona, so
right.
they ain't gonna.
Well, not you
maybe.
jumping ahead. My gosh, calm
We've
down.
already talked about the fact that
No, we
Fiona
did
was-
not. We never came out and said anything because
Oh,
we're trying to keep the
boo-hoo.
thing. This is why you are banished every week. This is why I kick you out of here and right back at you. I don't think you understand. Like, you want me to be like, oh, I'm scared of you? No, get out of here. Stick to the program, the script. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna need you to vote out Lana. I'm sorry.
We would never. We could never. We bonded. It's you.
I
You're
hope
the
you
new
understand
person.
that I recruited Ree. No, I'm kidding. Ree was my recruitment decision in this turret, so you know.
And I turned her against you.
Okay.
Because I'm better than you.
You don't have to decide. It's fine.
No, it's fine. Oh, but yeah.
I was plot twist. I was the 5th traitor, second secret traitor, who has a mission to join halfway through the story.
Oh my goodness. Oh, we are off the rails this morning. Oh, it's crazy. Anyway, we get to the mission. We find out that the teams are now going to go through the woods all on their own path, and they have to answer these questions that are going to appear in the mirror. We have mirror messages. Oh, I love when Drag Race comes over to the traders. We have mirror messages. You have to answer these questions of a questionnaire apparently that they filled out earlier in that day, and whoever wins, if they get it the most points, they get whoever team wins gets a chance to go into the walled garden where they will get a power, and the power is they get to talk to the traders. And I was like, oh,
Wow.
a power that has never been seen before.
How is it season 4 and we're just now learning all of these new parts of the castle? Like, we got the art gallery, we're getting the walled garden, like...
We get the confession room at the church.
I get that we can't, like... we can't give everything away in the first couple of seasons, but, like, come on now. I would have loved to see the walled garden before this.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just a nice change of scenery. Also, the maze as well. Like, it's just you get a peek behind the curtain on what is that castle really like.
I loved it when they all get to go off on their paths. They get to answer these questions, and the first question is, who's the fairest of them all? And they said Matt. And I was like, Matt?
Yeah.
Faraz was right there.
No, fairest as in like the most fair, not the most attractive.
I would have said because see, even fair, Matt.
I the people that were saying Harriet, I was like, yes, I would have said
Yes,
Harriet.
Yeah. Both
Like
yeah,
meanings.
Harriet's right
By the way.
there.
Both meanings of fair. I would say Harriet about.
Fair.
yeah. Fair. I
Yeah.
would like Harriet is probably the one who I would think is the most fair, or Jesse. I'm like, okay, one of them
Yeah.
two.
T. T.
One of them two would have been my choice, but they said Matt, and nobody got that right because nobody said Matt. Everybody was like, yeah, no, not Matt at all. But then nobody got that right. So we move. Then the next question was, who's the most likable? And everybody was like, Jesse, 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 Jesse. And Jesse was the right answer. And it was like, yeah,
Yay.
we keep it moving. Who's the most blandest? And I was like, oh my, not the blandest.
Adam.
I would have said Adam too.
Yeah.
Or
Clock it.
Jade. I'm gonna be honest. Jade and Adam seem very bland to me.
I wouldn't have said Jade. I think Jade's given a little bit more personality. I 100% would have said
Yeah.
I would have said Adam. I would have said Matthew. I would have
Mhm.
said Jack. Sam even. Not
Yeah.
Ellie.
They gave it to Ellie.
Yeah. Like to bring in the drag race crossover, like those mini challenges where they have to vote, like who is the shadiest, who is
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah.
raciest. Yeah.
I would have been like, I would have never said Ellie, but everybody else apparently said Ellie. And Ellie's like,
Yeah.
sure, me, I'm bland.
Well, and like her own reasoning for herself makes sense because yes, in order to almost dumb herself down like personality wise in a way because she's hiding the fact that hi she's dating Ross gagged me a bit for sure, by the way.
Mhm.
She's like, yeah, I can't share a whole bunch of my personality because it would reveal that I'm dating Ross. Like, I can't do much. So, sure, whatever. I can come off as
Yeah.
bland. Sure.
Or that she's a psychologist, and that's another
That
type of
too.
job that
That's
people would go
right.
after.
But she took it and she got it. She was voted the most bland. I was like, oh, okay, great. And then it was who is the one you who's most untrustworthy or something like who's the something
Yeah.
I forgot. And everybody was like, Sam, oh, most
Sam.
arrogant. Who's the most arrogant or something like
Yeah.
that? Yeah, and it was like Sam.
James.
Sam.
James.
I would have gave it to Sam too because Sam has this cockiness about him, a cocky air about him that just goes with being a straight white man sometimes. That they just have
Oh,
it. They just have it. And it is what it is. And he definitely has it. So I would have said Sam as well. Like Sam.
we don't have it on this one,
Not
Lana. I was gonna play the soundbite.
no, we don't have it on this one,
Damn it.
unfortunately.
We can
But
all aspire to have the confidence of a
but
straight white man.
period.
Thank you, Tolu.
Thank you, Tolu. I love you, girl. But yeah, he has that air, which is just who he is, which is inherently just him. And so, and he was like, yeah, it's me. Everybody was like, I wrote Sam. I wrote Sam. Yeah, me too. So he was like, okay, so Sam. And he got it.
Yeah.
And it was a tie at the end, in which we were told if there was a tie, it was going to be the team who got the points the fastest, who got it the quickest. And the mirror messages revealed that the blue team of Rachel, Matt, uh, Harriet,
Harriet.
Roxy, and Faraz, they were the winners. So yay for them for winning. Now they get to go into the walled garden, which I was like, ooh, what is this? What is this? This is nice. And it was 5 mirrors set up, and they had to pick a mirror and smash the mirror. And if the mirror gave out smoke, you won the prize. If it didn't, nothing. And the people who ended up getting the smoking mirrors was Matt, for Rachel, and Harriet. So good on them for getting able to talk to the traders. I mean, I don't know how Rachel go talk to herself, but sure,
She won't. She can talk to Steven.
she can talk to
Yeah,
Steven. I'm like, so what are we doing? Oh, it's just extra time in the turret.
yeah.
But
Hey.
hey, what we doing? We got some tea. I brought tea and snacks with us because we got a lot of time here.
That
Which,
part.
me personally, if I was a trader in a tour, I'd be like, can we have some snacks or something up here, a drink or something? Because,
Okay.
like, we sitting in this tour all night, or most of a good portion of a night
Right.
after everybody going to bed. Can I get something?
Okay. What would be our go-to snacks in the Traitors Turret?
Oh,
Let's brainstorm.
mm, I would say, give me a good charcuterie board and a glass of wine. Like,
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes. Because
mm-hmm.
that's what I do now for most of my Drag Race viewing parties. So I am very on board with that.
And
As long as there's goat cheese of any kind and a good cracker and a good salty like cured meat. That's all
mm-hmm,
I really need. Maybe a
mm-hmm.
jam as well because I like layering those up together. Because I
Well,
like the goat cheese with the jam with the meat, all of that together. It's
mhm,
quite delightful. So yes, I'm on board with that. But what
mhm.
kind of wine, Lana?
I mean, for me personally, a good charcuterie board with like a cheese
Hmm.
or something like that. A white wine goes really well with cheese. So I would do a white wine with, I don't need goat cheese, but like I want like a smoked Gouda or like a
Yes, always good.
Munster.
Okay.
So I'm into that. So and
Okay.
a white wine would work. Now, even if you don't drink wine, a nice sparkling, something, grape
Yeah.
juice or something would
Yeah.
work.
Sure.
But yeah, I think a good
Okay.
charcuterie board and a glass of wine or whatever
Sure.
your choice.
Ree, what about you?
Yeah, I like the charcuterie board, but I was thinking also just chocolates, like the bonbons.
Mm-hmm.
You need some brain
Mm-hmm.
power to steam, so we're gonna get some sugar.
Yes.
Yes. Now, if we have chocolate, a good red wine goes better for chocolate because you do red wine with chocolate, it's like you eating the first bite of chocolate for the first time
Mm-hmm.
every time.
Mm-hmm.
You eat the
Yeah,
chocolate, drink a piece of wine, you drink a little bit of wine, eat the chocolate again. It's like the first bite every
yeah,
single time. Ugh.
There's a couple of white wines that do well with chocolate too. So I don't mind a white wine with a chocolate, but I do agree with that. I do agree with that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love it.
And that is our moment of Trader Turn snack talk. Yeah.
Ding.
But yeah,
Yes.
so they're going to now they get back to the castle, and this team is like, we're not going to tell anybody anything. We're going to go take a break, take a beat, figure out what we're going to do, and then we'll, disperse amongst everybody else. They come in, they go right to a room together, lock themselves in, like, hey, we don't tell anybody because we don't know what we don't want to tell the traders, give the traders any heads up, even though it's a traitor amongst you. And they kept calling themselves the faithful of the faithful groups. And I was like, no, that's the red team. I said the only
Little
team.
do you know.
I was like, the only faithful team is the red team because, but
And if you
okay.
believe that, you're gonna take all of yourselves to the end, and Rachel's gonna beat you all. So that's
Yeah,
fine.
Which I can see that
Okay.
happening.
yeah,
And I could definitely see that happening
Me
for
too.
sure.
yeah.
But yeah, but here's the kicker. Not everybody is Team Rachel anymore
Oh,
Mm.
no.
because we have a Harriet amongst the group. Is like, hmm, something about
Hmm.
what Fiona is telling me is making sense to me, and it
Mm-hmm.
just feels very. So I don't know. I'm gonna keep my eye on Rachel, and so she has been playing this entire game now since that moment of a little suspicious of Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I'm watching her. I don't really know. And so when they're talking about what they're gonna do, she's like, yeah, we can just keep to ourselves. We won't tell anybody, because we don't want the traders to know. Blah blah blah. They go out. They don't tell anybody, and they explain why they're not telling anybody, and everybody's like, that makes sense. That's fine. Keep it to yourselves. Um, and then they have another conversation later on in the evening where they're like, we should come up with questions before the round table. They're like, we should come up with some questions. Or was this after the round table? No, it's probably, I think it was before. I can't
I think it
remember.
was before.
Yeah, I think it was before. It was after, then my bad, but I think it was before. But they were talking and they were like, we got to come up with the questions and how we should do this. And Harriet is like, I don't know. I don't think I should do. I don't know if I want to say. And so we see in her confessional, she's like, I don't want to say anything because I don't trust Rachel
Yep.
to tell her my questions that I'm going to ask and give her a heads up of what I'm about to say. So she was like, she even offered to give Roxy her spot, but Roxy was like, I'll take it, but no. I was like, well, then you don't want it, girl, because if she offered and she said you take it, and you say, yeah, I take it, but no. But I like that.
I'm like, that confused me a little bit from Roxy. I was like, girl, why not? Like,
I mean,
it can't really put a big target on you other than within this group, so I don't really get it.
True.
Yeah,
But
it's kind of like the general politeness.
right.
People have like, no, it's okay. And then you have to say that like 3-4 times back and forth before someone
No,
finally
you
makes a
take
decision.
it. No, you take it.
No, you
take it.
girl.
No, I really insist you take it. Like,
no, you.
Okay, fine, I'll take it. Like,
oh, fine.
It's funny. I think it's pretty
and
funny.
Harriet was just like,
right. But so that was interesting to me. I love hearing that not everybody is just like on board with whatever other people are saying. We saw conversations between other people with Fiona and other people with Rachel. Rachel and Jay's all on team Rachel. She's like, I don't believe it for a second what Fiona's saying. I just don't trust that. And Rachel's like, it just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense why she would come for me like that and just come out and say that I'm a liar or I'm a traitor. And she's building her case and a lot of people are listening. So it was interesting to watch, but we don't have a lot of time because now we're going into the round table, and the round table happens, and it's just what, like you said earlier, Logan, this was very predictable. We knew how this round table was going to play out because honestly, Rachel did not hold back, and she wasn't sugarcoating what her plan was. She was like, I'm going. She shouldn't. And neither was Fiona, which I appreciate. They were like, I'm coming for you, and I'm coming for you.
Yeah. What I was a little bit surprised about still was the arsenal of white straight men still going for Sam in this instance, knowing that there was so much like on this Fiona versus Rachel situation. Like, you would have thought that they would have taken this one opportunity to maybe take a break. No, I still don't trust Sam. Sam is weird. Sam is strange. Sam is that. I'm like, okay, sure. But no, I thought this was I thought, oh yeah. The only other point I had was I thought this was an absolutely delightful traitor on traitor fight. It's one of my favorites I've seen in quite a long time on Traitors. I thought they both handled it really, really well. Like you said, neither of them held back. I thought it was, it was quite classy as well, and I really loved that. I think that was quite unique and different for it as well. They both held their own, and I thought it could have gone either way as far as the voting went down. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
There was one thing I will say, because the MVP for me in this entire episode was not Rachel and was not Fiona. The MVP of this episode was Steven. And I am going to give this man his flowers because Steven turned this moment between Rachel and Fiona, and he turned it where the heat was on him, and he completely shook
Yeah.
it and got it off of him. He completely said, let me do what I need to do to make sure the heat is no longer, because out of the three of them before this, he was the one catching the heat. It was Steven. We don't trust Steven. Something is going on with Steven. And how did he do that? He went to the source of the person who was coming for him the hardest. He went to Jesse and was like, listen, I'm not trying to sway you on your library room discussion theory. That makes sense to me. I understand that. He said, but we need, I see, but I feel like you're so tunnel vision on me that you should look at what's happening outside of me and who else was in that room. Because um it's just like it's other people. Let's look at who else was
Yeah.
in there.
Like
Ellie
there
was
were
in
other
there.
people in that
Right. He
room.
was like,
Yeah.
Ellie was in there and Fiona was in there and James was in there. So I feel like he said, and with this thing that's going on with Rachel and Fiona, maybe we should look into Fiona's direction. And I don't think Jessie even put that in her head at the time. I don't even think she processed that when she was just straight looking at Steven. And so she was like, hmm. Very
Mm.
true.
It was
Okay.
really smart.
It was so smart and it was so brilliant that I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Stephen, if this
Mm.
plays out the way I think it's going to play out, Stephen has just completely shifted his arc in this game. And
Yeah.
it was brilliant.
If
Yeah.
he wins, this is going to be his winning moment.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
absolutely.
this whole episode will be "This is why Stephen won."
Absolutely. Now, clock it here, folks. Episode 6. If Steven wins, this is the reason why. Because he completely shifted the idea off of him with the one person who was constantly saying his name. And it was a beautiful move to make. And then when we
Yeah.
get into the round table, everything, like you said, was very predicted. We see Fiona going after Rachel, Rachel going after Fiona. It was just that back and forth. And we knew it was coming. And they both handled it with grace and with ease. Like you said, it was very classy. Neither one of them raised their voice. Neither one of them called each other out their name. It was just like, besides being a liar, but they've been saying that the whole time. Um, it was just like, this is what I feel like. This is why I feel you are the traitor. And this is why I feel like you are the traitor. And well, y'all make the decision. And it was just like we just laying out the facts on facts,
Yeah.
and y'all make the decision. But then in the midst of that, again, why Steven is, if he wins this, why
Yeah.
this is why he was like, listen, I hate I hate to do this. It's the
I,
work. I
I
really feel
just,
bad. I feel so bad about that. But
Fiona,
Fiona, I feel like we need to look at what you're saying and how. And I love you because like you're one of the closest people in this game to me, and
don't worry, my dear.
I just but no because it's just. And they're like, "Oh
I,
no, Stephen, don't break down." No, he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I
They're like,
just,
"Oh
I,
no."
I just have to look at what's in front of me, and
baby."
Yeah.
Fiona, I just,
I have
And
to do the right thing and the smart thing.
I was just
Mm.
like, "Oh
a
my god, this is a
masterpiece. Cast,
masterpiece."
give him the Oscar, the Tony, the Olivier. Give him everything, baby. I
Give him a Golden Globe and
loved
a
it.
SAG because I was like, this man has just totally taken that heat that was on him, convinced the person who had the heat on him and was radar on him, and said, shift your perspectives a little bit. And y'all, the perspectives were shift. It was shifted because the vote came down and Fiona was out of
Yeah.
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
Yeah.
I hate to do it. Oh,
no,
Oh,
no, Fiona,
I
no,
hate to do it.
Fiona, no.
I loved her as a villain for as long as we had with her
I
little arc.
loved her.
I
Oh,
feel like she could have been such a better traitor if she didn't come into that turret so hot. Like
yeah,
she literally came in and was like, "Oh, I did the work for you guys. I did the most stuff." And like the power really went to her head, unfortunately for her as a traitor. But she could have been the most underrated. Like nobody would have thought if she would have continued the
mm,
Fiona that we got at the very beginning act that she came in
Yeah,
with,
yeah,
nobody would suspect Fiona. But
I
she
agree.
came in too hot, especially coming after another trailer. Like you said, Logan, 3 episodes too soon.
yeah,
3 episodes too soon.
Like you take out another 2 rounds of people,
yeah,
honestly, she probably has the votes to take out Rachel.
yep.
yeah,
And
Like
then
even in 2 rounds, like I think she could have done it.
and
yeah,
even in the turn, you had the power to pick who goes home. So you could have sent out the people who you knew would be Team Rachel.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, and I think even if she had just her approach of confronting Rachel, if she had done that a little differently, if she hadn't just barged right in and like she is lying and he is this, he is that, if she had just like maybe pulled a few people aside privately and like, there's
Plant
something about the
seeds.
story that doesn't completely make sense.
Plant
Yeah.
little seeds and then you move it along.
Yeah.
Like you plant the seeds and you move along. You come back and put a little water on it, then you move along. Like you don't linger around those seeds and you don't keep pushing and pushing, pushing. It's but even okay, so we got some messages from beyond the turret, from friends of ours of the pod, was telling right Fiona mentioned in a cloak that she knew Rachel probably was telling the truth. And then she's saying on her, she said, I knew Rachel was telling the truth about Amanda. I just didn't, I just wanted to use it. And I was like, that girl, I don't know if I
Mm,
believe that. I don't believe that. I don't think, me personally, I don't believe she knew. I believe she's trying to save face because she pulled she jumped the shark, as they say,
yeah,
and she went
Mhm.
a too
yeah,
she went a little too ahead got a little ahead of herself. But
A
I
little
don't
too.
I just don't believe she knew that Rachel was telling the truth. I think she just did what she had to do because that's what she felt, and
yeah,
she was just a little emotional and took the emotions out a little. Like I said, she just pulled the pin on that grenade a little too early. Like, hold, you got the grenade, put it in your
yeah,
pocket, girl. Put it in your pocket,
yeah,
save it for another day, and then, like I said, get a couple of more people up out of there, and then pull the pin. But
yeah,
if that's what Fiona, if she need that to go to sleep at night, go ahead, girl.
yeah.
Right.
Go ahead,
No,
girl.
I
I
think
don't, and we could be wrong. We look, all of
yeah,
us are a little skeptical. We could all be wrong, and she could have
Right.
known. But I'm sorry, my little skeptical brain is not letting me believe that. I'm sorry.
Skepticism.
no. I think
But
at
you,
most maybe sorry.
go ahead.
No. I think at most maybe once she was out of the house and she's on her way over to the hotel and then she's like, oh, this. And now, and oh, I can tell that on Cloaked.
Yes, 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 Ree. She figured that out way after the game. Like maybe she was telling the truth. I think she was telling the truth. Like, but in that moment, you did not think that
No.
Rachel was telling the truth. You did not know that. But okay. But you would think that would be it for this, right? You would think we would be done with this episode. The round table happened. They get out Fiona. Everybody's happy because they got out a traitor. Woo!
Woo!
Everybody, we got out a traitor. Yay! And now Rachel
Rachel.
submits herself at a traitor hunter. She's a
Yeah,
faithful because she was certain she was a traitor, and she was a traitor. And there's that. And Steven even crying when he reveals his vote because now he just feels so bad because Fiona was one of his closest people in the house. He feels so bad. Oh my God. So now nobody's looking. Jessie is off of Steven because she feels like Fiona was the one
yeah,
who set up Ross. And I was
We
like,
don't have to hear about the library anymore. Yeah.
Yay.
Because
Unless she
Fiona was the one.
realizes, like, wait a minute, just because it was one person what we caught doesn't mean that it couldn't have been more than one. But
Right.
Let
until
the
she realized that,
library
no.
go, Jesse.
Yeah.
I don't want her to, but she probably will. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's not it. Because everybody's like, yeah, we got a traitor out, da da da. And you know who's like, yeah, we got a traitor out, but I believe that this was probably traitor on traitor. I said,
Mm,
ooh, Harriet. Oh, Harriet.
yeah.
Clock
Okay,
it.
Harriet. Lock it indeed, Harriet. I was like,
Completely.
I
It's like how she went after Hugo. He built a case,
yep.
collected all the arguments, and only then did she put them all on the table, quite literally, and got
I
out traitor.
I
Oh,
certainly think if we get a faithful win this season,
Harriet.
Harriet will be a part of it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Completely.
She
I
is
think
one of the we're only 6 episodes in at this point. She's one of the best faithful I have ever seen. Like her reads are not always 100%,
No.
but the way that she operates in this game is
mhm.
so calculated, and obviously it is. Like I like she's playing the kind of game I would love to play. Like it's just so meticulous. It's so beautifully constructed. It's so wonderful to watch. I love the way Harriet plays this game.
Yeah.
I like that she does what I've been saying I want to see more people do. She don't just take the information and run with it. She takes the information, she pockets it, she remembers it. I bet she's the one that's going back to the room at night writing everything down. She has her notebook full
Yeah.
of notes, and every night she goes back and she cross-examines everything. Like I said, this day, what this person this day. Like I feel like she is that person who is doing that and is clocking everything, and she doesn't just go off of emotion. She just keeps it to herself. Every thought is not just running out of her mouth. It's not like, oh my god, I think she did it. Like she is clocking Rachel in confessional. She's letting us, the audience, know that she is clocking Rachel, but Rachel
Yeah.
has no idea that Harriet is clocking her. And
Yeah.
that's what I love.
Yeah. She saved all of it for the confessionals. But when
Hmm.
she's out of those confessionals, she's just back to business.
Which is what you have to do. What you have to, like, I would play such as I don't know kind of game, but in my confessions, I'm letting the audience know, oh, I do know. Please trust and believe I know, because that's who I'm concerned about. I need the folks to know that I know
Yeah.
what I'm doing, because I don't want y'all out there talking about me like she's clueless. She don't know what she's. I don't want people on podcasts like, what is that clueless girl doing? She has no idea what's happening on in this game. Da, da. Like I said, it's just I don't know. It's just I loved how Harry is playing this game, but like I said, that's not it, because we still have to go do these powers, and I was wondering how they were going to do this, this meet up with the traders. I'm like, because you can't see them. If you see them, you can tell by build who's who, or this person is taller, this person, um, or you can't hear their voice, or you know who they are. I liked how they did this. It was more of a confessional, like in a church. We see the traders are behind the confessional walls, and the players will come in and they will ask their questions, and the traders will write down their answer and send the note out. And I was like, okay, all right, I see how you
Very
do
smart,
this.
very smart, very
Very
smart.
smart. So I'm
Yeah.
waiting for this to show up on US. I think we're gonna get this again on US in the next couple of episodes. Waiting for this to happen to see how it plays out here. But we see the first we see Rachel go in and telling Steven who the three people were who won the power: herself, Matt, and Harriet. The only person they seem to be concerned about is Harriet, which I'm like, yeah, absolutely be concerned about Harriet. But then Matt comes in, and Matt has his first question, and he's like, hey, and we find out that the traders can lie. They can lie in this. They don't have to tell them the truth. So it's interesting to know that they don't have to tell them the truth about this. And so Matt is like, so who are you going to kill tonight? Or who are you going to get? Nobody's murdering tonight. They're not murdering tonight. So everybody's going to be at breakfast tomorrow. Nobody's going to die, which all the faithful are very happy about. They're like, ooh, we can sleep. Okay, thank God. We can sleep tonight. But Matt's like, who are you going to murder next? And so they're like, I was like, that's an odd question to ask. And think you're going to get a truthful answer. Like, what if they were planning on murdering Matt? You think they're going to be like, oh, yeah, by the way, Matt, you.
That's the answer I would give.
Right. I'm like, murdering you. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna murder. I was like, we're murdering. But see, I wonder. The thing is, did they have to announce themselves when they get? But I guess you could know each other's voices at this point. So
Yeah.
I'm sure they found like it's Matt. We know it's him. Even though Rachel was in the tour.
You know what I would say to be ambiguous and fun? Your best friend. Because then it's like, well, then who do the traitors think
is my best friend?
Yeah.
Interesting. But he asked who they're gonna murder. So they say they're gonna murder Jessie because she plays under the radar. And I was like, oh no. Not the faithful of the faithful Jessie. You're gonna murder Jessie? Which I don't like because I love Jessie.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. I hope they're not they're not telling the truth. But you know.
But also that would be a good move.
It would be a good move if they did.
But also no.
No. Don't do it. But then his next question, which was a statement before the question, he was like, listen, Claudia is probably going to give you a chance to seduce next. And I would ask, just to gain a little trust between us, do not take that seduction. Kill Jessie. And then the next time they ask you to seduce, you take it and you seduce me. And I was like, and he said, so my question is, do we have a deal?
Oh.
And I was like, oh, that's.
You know what? For a basic white man, I see you, Matt. I was not mad at this in the slightest. I thought this was a great use of this opportunity, to be quite honest with you.
I was very shocked. Now, David said that this drove him into legend status with this question. I'm not sure if I agree with legend status. I think it made me raise my eyebrow at him a little bit. It made me more like. It made me a little bit more intrigued by him. Now, if he wins this game, if they take the deal and he goes on to win this game, then yes, I will put him in that status of great Traitors players and someone who did what needed to be done to stay in this game and win this game. But right now, I wouldn't say legend. I will say, but it definitely piqued my interest in Matt. He stands out amongst the people who I was like was not doing it for me. To maybe now he could be doing it for me.
He's on my radar.
I'm not entirely sure. Mostly because the timing. I knew that, it was like a power that they earned that particular moment. But it was a bit like, but you seem to be in a perfectly fine position. Like, I would assume that if you're going to ask to be recruited, it would be because either you have heat on you and you think you're about to be banished, like a Reese, or you're very worried about being murdered. And like a bargaining last minute plea, please don't kill me, or something like that. Although obviously that can come across as desperate. But I would assume that would be a motivation to ask to be recruited. And I'm not entirely sure. And the only thing I can think of right now is like I was going through the round table for the votes. I want to write them down, who voted for who. And he said something like, what is it? If we get rid of Fiona and she is a faithful, then we know we can trust Rachel. or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. So maybe he was worried that, okay, Fiona wasn't faithful, but now maybe the traders are looking at me because I was
Right.
vocal or something. But yeah, I didn't immediately understand like why he would offer that kind of thing at that particular moment. Aside from that, yeah, that was the opportunity.
Mhm.
Because yeah, he seemed to be in an okay spot.
I think he's just. I think he was in an okay spot, but I don't think he was in a he could win spot. And I think he's trying to put himself on that I need to win spot. And he knows if he's a traitor,
It
he
gives him a
has
better
it gives
opportunity.
him the opportunity to go further in this game. Um, my question is if the traders feel like this is a good deal worth taking, because honestly, I feel like if they feel like it's a deal worth taking and they do end up killing Jesse at the next one, I think that's when Matt will know if like, yeah, they go take me up on this deal and da da da. But I feel like he would be the one to go. Like once they
Okay.
get him in there, he would become the scapegoat. And
Yeah,
I feel like that's where he's not thinking.
Yeah.
yeah,
He is, and then he's just going to leave as the scapegoat and a traitor and make the other two
yeah,
traitors look even more faithful.
yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
not sure.
I'm
yeah,
curious. Oh, yeah. I'm curious
yeah,
whether he has any inkling, and I'm curious if we will get a confessional from him. If he has an inkling on and throwing out there that we can trust Rachel with that,
Okay.
like you said, with his vote. I'm wondering if in the back of his mind he's thinking if this actually was traitor on traitor,
Mm,
and he's proposing this with the thought process that Rachel is a traitor,
mm-hmm.
knowing in that there is the potential that he could get thrown in as a scapegoat.
And he can
And
turn it
if
yeah.
on
he
her.
is, then turning it on Rachel in that case.
Okay,
That's the way that's in if I'm in his position, that's maybe the approach I would take.
okay.
Maybe.
It's ballsy for sure. I'm
Yeah,
giving him a whole
Yes.
lot of credit for this.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
I think it's certainly ballsy. I can't wait to see how it turns out for
Yeah,
him.
no.
Um,
Yeah, I think if he pulls that off, then this will be a Why Matt One episode.
Yeah.
right, exactly, 100%.
Yep. Absolutely. But they ended it there. We don't know if they accepted the deal or not. This the paper got slid through and then they cut it off. So we have to wait till next to Thursday to find out what they're going to do. And when that happens, we'll be right back here on Friday to talk about it. So you'll get it on Saturday. It's happening on Thursday. We're talking about it on Friday. You'll see it on Saturday because that's the schedule we got. And then our
Yay!
Sunday episode will Saturday and Sunday episode will be on. We'll record it on Monday. You'll get it that Monday because we're gonna put it right out because that's what we do. But we really, really appreciate you for joining us. We thank you so much, Logan. We decided we're not gonna banish you this week. You could stay in the turrets with us. We do kind of like you here, so
I
we're not going.
certainly hope so.
We'll banish you. We won't banish you this week. We'll keep you around. So, but we'll be right back here next week talking about the Traitors UK episode 7, and we hope you join us. We appreciate you taking the time to watch, and then let us know in the comments below what you think. Did you think this was a ballsy move from Matt? And how sad are we about Fiona? Tell us what you think in the comments. We truly, truly want
Yeah,
to hear from you. Um, let us know. Follow us on this channel. Subscribe. Do all the things that say you support us. We truly appreciate you. Follow us on all of our other channels. All those links will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon, where all of our socials at the Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, and where you can get your merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. Scan the QR code to the right side of the screen and like the shop, buy the merch. We truly appreciate you. And we're gonna get out of here because we got more traders things to do because that's who we are. But you know what you could do? Stick around and watch more videos. Click the next video, and we'll see y'all next time. Cheers,
yeah.
everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.